Hi, ladies. It's Barbara, your menopause drama mama. And today I'm going to talk to you all about that nutrient absorption and why it declines after menopause. And it has to do, number one is the hormone changes because the estrogen that we have lost after our post-menopause years, or well, actually starting in perimenopause, it used to support our gut lining. And so that helped regulate the digestive enzymes in our stomach. Well, what I realized was, since perimenopause, I have been taking, oh my goodness, there was fluffers for you. I have been taking supplements and eating better, but there's still things that just aren't right in my body. And I'm thinking, I do the calcium, I do all the vitamin C's and my vitamin B's, but I wondered, are they really absorbing into my body? So, me, I go down these rabbit holes and I have to know what's going on. So, this is the one that I came up with. It. It's something still is not right with my stomach and what is going on. So, what I realized was I think everything that I still take and that just doesn't fully absorb. So I wanted to know why. Well, that stomach acid is being reduced also in our stomach, that hydrochloric acid, which our stomach naturally, it made, but now it naturally decreases with our age. And so now we have less stomach acid, and now it's not being able to break down like the proteins and the release of vitamin B12 and iron and calcium and zinc from the food. So, you know, even if we're going to eat healthy, those healthy foods are just not breaking down properly and then absorbing into the body and going where we need it to go. So, like also the pancreatic enzyme production that weakens also after, our menopause years. And what that did was now it's harder for our body to break down and digest fats like the proteins, and it limits the absorption of any fat solubles, whether that's vitamins of the A, the D, the E and K, and the omega-3 fatty acids. So then also the microbiome shifts, and that's due to the hormones, and it reshapes our gut microbiome, and that leads to a dysbiosis, which is it's just basically it's a total imbalance of our stomach, the gut. And so then that being disrupted, it weakens our nutrients intake and it weakens our immune system because we're not getting the supplements or all that nutrients from our good food into our bodies where we need it. So that leads to then also our decline of our immune system. Um, Also, what I had noticed, especially for me, is, gas, still having gas or bloating from just having, vegetables, even if they're steamed or lightly cooked, or having sauerkraut. I, that still means something is wrong in my gut and I am not absorbing what I need. And it's so important during this time to get this whole health thing corrected so, we can live longer and be happy and fulfilled in the rest of our years on earth. Also, there's certain medications that women take, and that can be from acid blockers, thyroid medications, blood pressure medications, and bone medications. So those certain prescribed drugs also interfere with the absorption of like calcium and magnesium and the B12 and the folate and other nutrients that we need. Um, and now, since we have that slower motility going on, the digestion of our food just declines as we age. And so that leads to that food sitting in our gut longer and fermenting. And then that leads to more bloating and a reduction of nutrients going into our system. And also, our bones and our tissues, um, even if the gut microbiome stayed the same as it did in our younger years, as we get older, our body, now that we've lost hormones, needs more of those nutrients that we had before. We need it for our muscles, we need it for our bones, we need it for the tissue, we need it for our cells. And so um, we need more calcium and vitamin D for bone protection. We need more magnesium for, relaxation in our heart and for bone health again. We need the B vitamins, especially like B12, B6 for energy and for our nervous system. And we need that vitamin C for the collagen production, because that has declined rapidly in our skin and throughout our entire body and our joints. And we also need that vitamin C for the connective tissues. So not only is part of the problem just the reduction of the absorption, we need greater demand of it in our body as we get older. There are some things that we can do. So, because I needed to know, because I'm taking all this stuff and I try to eat healthy, but I know something still isn't right. So, what can I still do to try and correct my gut microbiome? And some of here is some of the reasons or things that we can do to change it. And one of them is try to eat still some easily digestive foods that are like just, if you can tolerate, like lightly sauteed or steamed veggies. Also soups or stews, something that's going to try and break down easier in our stomach. Also, um, ensuring that we have an adequate amount of stomach acid to help break down whatever we're ingesting into our body. And so they say, apple cider vinegar with the mother to help with that. Now, I do have apple cider vinegar, but I've not been ever consistent with taking it. But that's only because of I worry about then my teeth, the acid being in my mouth too long, and then chewing away more enamel and giving me more problems with my mouth, stuff. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dilute more apple cider vinegar with water. Just add more water to it, and then take that before a meal, and we'll see if that can correct my problem. Also, choosing bioavailable supplements. And that was another thing that I really didn't realize, that supplements and the forms are a huge, huge issue, because some of them just don't break down, or when they do break down in the stomach, it just gets flushed out of our system instead of, we need something to kind of bypass the stomach. So, like taking methylated B vitamins or the chelated minerals and the liposomal antioxidants and vitamins. Those forms can help keep more nutrients distributing through our body instead of them being chewed away in our stomach and then just flushed out, and we don't get any benefits from what we're taking. And then just also taking a very high quality probiotic tailored for women that are in your postmenopause years. So those are the extremely important things that I think would benefit all women that are in your, starting in perimenopause, going through postmenopause, trying to definitely get that gut microbiome in check so the things that we take into our body that are good for us, we're actually benefiting from it instead of just spending money and taking all this stuff and we're not getting the benefits. So um, that is what I feel. This is an extremely important video for all women. And I hope we can all work on this microbiome together and that we can be healthier as we get older. So, ladies, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channels and you want to see more videos that is all about everything that we go through from perimenopause to postmenopause, please subscribe to my channel. With that being said, I hope you have a great day wherever you are in this world. And I want to send very positive vibes to you. And may you just enjoy the day and the blessings in your life. Love you, ladies. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah. I will see you in my next video.